Hello everyone, this is Norcda Childa here, and welcome back to another video. Today, guys, RobTop has finally come out from under his rock and provided us with a really substantial preview video of 2.2. He's given us a few videos of 2.2 in the past. He gave us the time warp video, he gave us that video, which he actually just re-uploaded publicly for some reason today, which he uploaded like 4 months ago, or like a bit more than that. But today he uploaded the Geometry Dash 2.2 particle editor video. Just a quick video showing the new particle editor for 2.2, Rub Rub. Song is Sunken Field by Waterflame. And so basically, I think it's RobTop's birthday today, which is really cool. So happy birthday to our Lord and Savior Rub Rub. But he's given us a 2.2 video, and this is a nice, juicy 2-minute, 24-second video. And I can't speak too much about, particle editors and stuff, basically just because I've pretty much stopped creating, at least for now, and for the past, year and a half. So my creating days are either over or very close to done, so I might not be the best source for this review, but I always do like to make a review video of the videos that RobTop makes public. I feel like the unlisted ones I don't really need to cover too much because not as many people will see them, and they're normally more small little things that don't really require a big review. I think this is worthy of a review, even though I'm not really a creator anymore. So anyway, cutting to the chase here. We are starting in the editor, and we're in the particle tab, obviously. And you can also see, I don't know if this is a new tab. I feel like this is a new tab, this square. But I could be wrong about that. Basically, we see here a whole bunch of new particles. We have all these blocks are the same, and we already had these two particles. This is a third new particle, as well as all these new fire effects and this crazy square thing. But basically, he's going to place this particle, and you can see that already it moves in an interesting pattern. And once he does edit special, it opens this crazy interface that I have no idea, or no definite idea of what all these different values and names mean. But create particle effect, and we're getting pretty juicy here. People were saying in certain Discord servers that RobTop created After Effects in Geometry Dash, and this is pretty comprehensive. Just starting off here, you have a gravity trigger, if you turn that off, you're just gonna switch off gravity. You have so much power with this particle effect editor. It's crazy. Then you have a radius function. I don't really get what that means. 1, 2, 3, and C. There are different groups that he'll get into. But you have all these different facets. You have motion, visual, extra, texture. And just in motion, you can set the amount of particles, the duration of the effect, the lifetime. I don't know how that's different from duration. Emission, I guess that has to do with how much is spewing out of it. The angle, the speed, the position, var x. I don't know what that means. Gravity, rad something, accelerate tangent. I don't know. And then all these values, plus or minus for y, max, calc. I don't know what any of these things mean. But basically in this video, RobTop just kind of shows us, he plays around with the different values. So he goes to 3, I guess. Maybe that changes the dimension. He dragged a line up. And the values change. So I think you don't necessarily need to use the slider. You can kind of drag in this black interface and make an alteration there. But you can see that kind of already changed a bunch of values. So I guess there are lines that kind of match the structure of how you want the particle effect to go. So you can kind of draw it on here without having to manually do all the sliders, which is cool. There's kind of a fountain effect now. As he's adding this, he kind of tapered in the effect a bit. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the different groups mean. So he's in group 2. That might just mean group 3 there was the arc, group 2 is the vertical line, and group 1 looks like a horizontal line. I don't really get exactly what the differences in those would be, but I guess it has something to do with different parts of the particles, obviously. And being able to change the max particles. And then you get to visual, which is even more dense. I don't I don't get what the whole second column really entails, like plus or minus. I don't know if that relates to its counterpart across the way. But start size, end size, I guess that goes all with the time. So if you want to make it like get smaller or bigger as it goes on. Start spin, end spin, you can have it spin. Start RGBA, end RGBA. I don't exactly know what those letters stand for. You guys, if you're more apt in the creator, you probably might know things, or if you code on the side, you probably know some things. But there's a whole section just for visual, so so you can see increase the start size there, and just let me get what this right column does. But you can see how dense this is if you literally have like 10 options just for motion and like 15 options just for visual. So there's like probably infinite combinations of ways you can alter particles now, which is really cool to see. So then obviously you can change the color, and this is actually really cool because like you can have a primary and a secondary color, so it kind of has a nice like little gradient, and like you can see this is probably an effect in visual maybe, or it could be extra, but like you kind of like you can notice here that the particles start off as red and they kind of fall out and they turn white. I think that's a really cool effect. Oh, okay. So this has something to do with the colors. I'm not exactly sure what these letters stand for. Like RGB. Well, no. Okay, RGB is like the red, green, blue, whatever. So that's just changing color. Okay, I got that. I don't know what the A means though, but RGB I do understand. In terms of like coloration, that's not a word, or is it? I don't know. But you move it down and you can see it kind of is turning more like pinkish, so like bluish. I feel like there'd be an easier way to do that, but if we're just going to go on the RGB spectrum, I think that's okay for now. Obviously, this does look like a rough draft of this interface. It looks like it could be a lot more streamlined, but... So yeah, you got just like changing all the colors here, like all these different combinations. Now it's like blue, even though the primary is still red, So he goes back, I don't even know... What does he click after this? So he goes up to... back to motion, and then whatever calc does, I don't know what calc does. Calculus, calculate, I don't know, but it looks like it just restarted something. Let me go back really quickly. It looks like it reset some values. I don't know what calc means, whatever. But now he goes to extra, new tab here. Also, I don't know what this like little, like, this looks like the link like embed icon. I don't really know what that means. Maybe it has something to do with see if they're the same type of color. I don't know. So now we get to extra. RobTop is so extra. Free relative grouped. I guess that kind of relates to either properties of the particle or if it's like based in a group. So like this effect could be free of a group, or like I guess grouped means like if you have this particle and you alter all these things, it would apply to a group you set the particle to. Maybe. Extra, yeah, you just got a bunch of these like more fancy stuff, fading in, fading out. Cool. Additive, start size equals n, start spin equals n, start radius equals n. So that's kind of things that like maybe you could make it like have a motion in the middle and then go back to normal. Start rotation is direction. I don't know. Dynamic rotation, use object color, uniform object color. So yeah, just a bunch of different extra filters. That's cool there. So many options, it's crazy. So yeah, we get fancy with the fade. You can see it's not really fading, but this is a cool tab. This is just like the tab that I feel like everyone can kind of look at and be like, wow, this is cool. All that other stuff is all number based and color slider based. This is just like a nice cool little thing to show that like the particles are from a database. You can't make a particle out of everything, but you have a lot of options here. Like a lot of cool shapes, even some like symbols here like we have on just like normal objects now. Even new things like these effects, like a snowflake, like whatever that is, like these little like fire things. Finally, RobTop made like an actual star like this. I remember like the 1.9 effect, putting the 4 glows together and like moving them in a bit. So like cool new things, features like this. I don't know if this will be the final thing, but this is what it looks like now. Cool like deformed skull, whatever. Bunch of cool different particles, and then like of course, you got all the difficulties, which is kind of funny. So you could have a particle effect of any of these, really. And he's showing that now. He's got X's, going back to extra. He's just fooling around. Just having a good grand old time. So, okay, I'm going to try to see what that did there. It kind of looks like they're spraying out a bit more diagonally. I could be wrong about that. I'm still not exactly sure what the plus or minus means. That's something you guys got to talk about in the comments. But yeah, texture, he changed it to question marks, the skull, smiley face, the icon on the logo, like a outline of a square. Lot of potential for this. And then in this final part, he shows us a little cool feature. Obviously moving it around, it stays, like it'll stay in its plume, like vertically, it's like still going up. But then he's gonna go back to extra, and now we're gonna see what the relative feature does. And so I guess grouped actually doesn't relate to the group. I guess group just kind of relates to like, I guess how you like set it up so that it will stay in one group and will stay that uniform effect. But now in relative, you can see as you move it, it kind of like follows the cursor a bit. So as if you're like holding a torch and you move it along, the smoke will like follow. The smoke won't perfectly stay going straight up. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what relative will do as opposed to grouped. And then, of course, he shows you can copy and paste it. So Viprin is very pleased with this feature. But that's it. I'm not going to delve too much. Hello, Eric. I do enjoy Eric Van Wilderman. What a lad. Subscribe to Eric, by the way. Anyway, I'm not going to really go back too much into the video because it is just so dense. But I hope you guys got a bit of an overview. I know in the comments everyone's going to be like, oh, Norcda turned a 2.5 minute video into like a 12+ minute video, you know? But I just wanted to talk about this, go through it a little bit. I'm not a creator. I wouldn't really consider myself a creator too much anymore. So as much as I believe this is really cool, I feel like this doesn't excite me so much as it would if I were a creator. But for creators, I can definitely see why this would be so exciting. It's just exciting, like, firstly, to see RobTop posting something. I think that's great, and it gives us hope in the community. So that's really good. I think everyone's morale has been boosted today. But additionally, I think it's a really cool thing. You can see how much RobTop has been working. This particle effect thing, I don't really know if this was in demand. I've never heard anyone talk about, oh, like I really wish we could edit particles more in depth. So I think it's cool that RobTop's kind of taking it upon himself to make all these things that he believes will, like, I feel like particles are kind of like a small part of the game, but now with this editor, it will just make them such a huge part of creating and create so many different, like, you can create so many different vibes with new particles. Even if this whole editor like didn't exist and you just could use particles that were like different shapes, I think that would be huge in and of itself. But the fact that you can alter things as specific as the angle, the size, the speed, all these things, the color, whatever, it just adds so much more like customization to make levels even better. And this gives me confidence that like 2.2 will be like another type of revolutionary update. I know we want these updates to be small and like to come out like in a timely manner, but this just kind of tells me that like 2.2 might be worth the wait. I'm getting a bit more hope. We still don't have a sneak peek, but I'm getting a bit more hope that this particle editor will help to kind of diversify the creating process and make levels even more unique and stylized. So guys, that's all I have to say. Kind of a simple video. He just kind of runs through it. Nothing really like too crazy to talk about, but I'm sure, you know, people like Sir Punch are going to get on this and like understand it ASAP. I don't really have the head for that, but if you guys do, just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know anything you might know about some of these different features. I think that'd be really cool to have like a discussion in the comments. So thank you guys for watching this review of an upcoming feature in 2.2, and I'm really happy that RobTop has finally given us a bit of hope, and I think that's really cool. So guys, that has been my review of the Geometry Dash 2.2 particle editor. I'm all for it. I think it's a bit on the complicated side, but I'm all for it. And let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's hope to see a sneak peek soon. All right, see you guys later.